Greetings, Tigers. We are so excited to have you here with us for the ring ceremony. Did you know that the Alumni Association is more than a resource for the Clemson ring? We are your lifelong connection to Clemson, before and after graduation. We keep you informed on what's happening on campus and how your local community is connected to Clemson. In fact, we have more than 75 alumni groups across the country that you can become involved with. No matter where you are or where you end up, we have ways to connect you with other Tigers. We're also the keepers of Clemson's time-honored traditions, from homecoming to the Tiger Paw $2 bills, from the Welcome Back Festival to the Young Alumni Reunions. The Clemson Alumni Association helps to keep those rich Clemson family traditions alive. We're always celebrating our alumni, too. From Master Teacher and the Roaring Ten Alumni Awards, the Distinguished Service Award, and Honorary Alumni, the Clemson Alumni Association recognizes individuals who exude the essence of Clemson. We hope you'll always keep your contact information up to date with us so we can tell you about all the ways you can stay connected, keep involved, and of course, when to come back home to Clemson for special celebrations. Don't forget to check out our social media sites where you can stay up to date with all things Clemson. Just search for Clemson Alumni on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can learn all about the Clemson Alumni Association at clemson.edu/alumni. Congratulations on receiving your Clemson ring, and go Tigers!
Good afternoon and welcome to the Clemson Ring Ceremony. Today the Clemson rings that you receive have been on display at the entrance to the Scroll of Honor under the watchful guard of Clemson's Pershing Rifles. The rings have been available there to provide you the opportunity to find yours and to reflect privately on the awesome responsibility that comes with wearing the Clemson ring. For as you will hear throughout today's ceremony, the Clemson ring is not only a symbol of personal accomplishment, it is also a call for personal action in service to others and to our alma mater. At this time, members of Clemson University's Pershing Rifles will bring forward the Clemson rings for today's ceremony, led by Clemson Corps, an alumni constituency group who once participated in Clemson's ROTC program as students, and who is now dedicated to continuing Clemson's military heritage while developing opportunities to commemorate the military history of our great university. Please rise. may be seated. My name is Rachel Hales, and I'm a current Clemson student and the past president of the Student Veterans Association. We are grateful and honored to have Clemson cadets and Clemson Corps serve as the bearers of the Clemson Ring for the presentation today. As part of today's program, you will learn about the history and traditions of the Clemson Ring, beginning with the first graduating class in 1896, when Clemson was a military college. Cadets were the first students to wear the Clemson Ring, and they became the first Clemson alumni to demonstrate to the world the qualities and ideals that the Clemson Ring represents. The cadets here today remind us of the unbroken connection that now spans 127 years between our university's proud military heritage and our beautiful Clemson Ring. Today's program also will include the story of one of Clemson's most distinguished and beloved alumni, the late Brigadier General Ben Skardon. You will learn how, during the Second World War, General Skardon's life was saved by two other former Clemson cadets and by the Clemson Ring. A quote from General Skardon about our duty to serve others marks the entrance to the Memorial Park, which is next to the Scroll of Honor and across the street from Memorial Stadium. The quote begins a pathway through the park that leads visitors to a profound question: how will you serve? The answer to that question is personal for each of us and is uniquely significant for all who wear the Clemson Ring. We challenge you today to begin your own reflection of what this very important question means to you as you prepare to leave Clemson and make your impact on the world. Congratulations as you embark on the next phase of your Clemson experience with your Clemson Ring, and go Tigers.
My thoughts often wander through these upper South Carolina hills that shelter the university that forms a common bond for many thousands of people who have studied here, or taught here, or worked here. There's something in these hills that has touched every one of them, something that has rubbed off on them in varying degrees, something that has built within the breasts of all Clemson men and women an enduring spark akin to an eternal pride. There's something in these hills. It was here when a handful of fledgling faculty members greeted a relatively small band of 446 students more than 100 years ago. That was shortly after convict labor had completed an administration building and clock tower that still dominate these Blue Ridge foothills with a timelessness and serenity that impart inspiration and strength anew each time they are looked upon. There's something in these hills that has endeared itself to an endless procession of administrators, teachers, students, secretaries, and workmen. Hundreds of names pass through my consciousness, names of people who gave selflessly of themselves to build the institution nestled here, and who at one and the same time mined the priceless something the hills contain, and returned to them still more of it. There's something in these hills, and from them we have drawn the power to transcend the stresses and strains that tug away to make things come unglued in these disquieting times. The power to cut through such modern concepts and such modern facts as generation gaps, communication gaps, and ideological gaps. There's something in these hills that has bound together a man of over 90 and a woman under 20. Something that has given them a common ground on which to stand and a start toward bridging and eliminating any gap or any stress or any strain that might try to make unglued whatever they seek for themselves as they move out of these hills into the mountains, the plains, the oceans, the forests, the skies, and the storms of life. There is something in these hills that you and I can't define and others can't understand. A wave of warmth always surges through me when outsiders say, I don't know what it is about you Clemson people, but your undying love for Clemson is admired by everyone I know. There's something in these hills, and I suspect that's what it is. The ability of an institution through the unending dedication and greatness of its people, its administration, its faculty, its staff, its students, and alumni to impart to all it touches a respect, an admiration, an affection that stands firm in disquieting times, when things around it give impressions of coming unglued. There is something in these hills that brings together and binds together and holds together
men and women of all persuasions,
of all heights, sizes, weights, and cultural backgrounds.
Something that cuts across every difference, spans every gap, penetrates every wall.
Something that makes a man or a woman stand taller, feel better, and say with a high pride to all within earshot,
I
I
went to Clemson.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Clemson Ring Ceremony. My name is Parker Stambaugh, and I'm the president of the Clemson Student Alumni Association and Student Alumni Council. It is an honor to be with each of you today as you participate in one of Clemson's greatest traditions. Placing the Clemson ring on your finger today not only signifies that you are close to graduation, it is a forever reminder of your time, your life, and your experiences while you were on Clemson's campus. It will forever connect you to the many alumni you will meet throughout your life after you have crossed a future stage to receive your Clemson diploma. It will forever connect you to Clemson and to each other. It will forever remind you of the importance of loyalty and service. And it will forever remind you of this day. We are honored to have many special guests with us, from each student receiving your Clemson ring and your families who have joined you for this special occasion, to our guest speakers who will provide a glimpse into what the Clemson ring means to the entire Clemson family. First, please join me in welcoming the members of our distinguished stage party. Our university president, Dr. Jim Clements, chair of the Clemson Alumni Association Board of Directors, Mr. Jeff Duckworth, and chief executive officer of the Clemson Alumni Association, Mr. Will Brazington. Join me in a round of applause for these special guests. Thank you. And now, I'd like to invite our Master of Ceremonies and the leader of our Alumni Association, Mr. Will Brazington, to come forward to begin our program. Please welcome Will Brazington.
Well, good afternoon and welcome. It's a privilege to have each of you here to participate in today's ring ceremony, and today is indeed a very special day. Our team at the Alumni Association, along with our Student Alumni Council, has been working diligently to create for you today's memorable experience. Students, you have already created many memories that you will hold dear for the rest of your lives. And today we celebrate a uniquely remarkable milestone in your Clemson journey as each of you joins the more than 180,000 living alumni around the world who have earned the right to wear the Clemson ring. To our parents and guests of those being honored today, we thank you for taking the time to travel here to experience this special moment with our students. The Clemson Alumni Association is proud to host the ring ceremony as part of our ongoing mission to celebrate and enhance the lifelong connections that define the Clemson experience and to serve and enable all who love Clemson to remain actively involved in the advancement of our university. We're committed to helping alumni remain ever loyal to Clemson and to elevating and celebrating the many contributions that Clemson alumni make in service to others. The association brings together alumni of all ages, all races, all geographies, to keep their flame for Clemson alive and glowing. More than anything, your Alumni Association unites all those who proudly wear the Clemson ring in celebrating our special kinship. Our mission is simply to keep all members of the Clemson family engaged in, informed about, and excited and inspired by all that is happening with Clemson and with our alumni. Nothing symbolizes the connection we share more beautifully or more powerfully than the Clemson ring. Over time, the Clemson ring has changed a little, but its tradition has remained the same, and now you too are part of that tradition. Please enjoy the following video, which highlights the special history of our Clemson Ring, which dates all the way back to the first graduating class of 1896.
Your ring tells a story of the journey you took to get here, the dreams, the sacrifices, the grit. Your ring tells a story of opportunity, of newly opened doors. Your key, a game changer, a career starter, a conduit to success. Your ring tells a story of legacy, the history of those who came before you, those who dared to be extraordinary in their pursuit of excellence. Your ring tells a story of selfless service, of wars fought and battles won, the thousands of bold men and women who risked it all and didn't hesitate to do so. Your ring tells a story of the dreamers and doers, the ones who dare to change the status quo, the students who become professionals, the interns who become experts, the leaders who become heroes. Your ring tells a story of kinship, of an unspoken bond. This is what family feels like. Our alma mater runs deep. This unwavering connectedness survives in a world that can easily divide us. Who shall separate us now? No one. Your ring tells a story of the person wearing it now and the person wearing it 100 years ago. A lifelong network of family. Your ring tells a story of humble beginnings, of the first ring formed and cut in 1896. The evolution of this small but mighty silver and gold Taurus. The updates, the upgrades, the tributes, the honor, the eagle of peace, the palmetto, the star, the hope. Dum spiro spero spes. As long as you have breath, you can fight on. Your ring tells a story of Clemson pride, of homegrown glory, unstoppable Tigers, of championships won and victories to come. Your ring tells your story, your journey to get here, your blueprint for success. Your ring is your family, your link to the past, present, and future of Clemson. Your friends, your classmates, your people. It's so much more than a ring. It's your story, a part of who you are. It is your part of our story. Wear it with pride. Tiger pride.
Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're all feeling well. My name is Helena Hardy, and I'm Vice President of the Student Alumni Association and Student Alumni Council. As a Clemson student and a representative of the student body, it is my pleasure to join you on such a special occasion. As a group, we have overcome so much. We have faced the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. Yet we have bonded together as family in solidarity and love. And today we will strengthen that bond by joining together and wearing the Clemson ring. Along with graduation, this will be one of the most important moments of your college experience. I hope you will cherish it as much as I did when I received my ring. But we wouldn't be here today without the faithful leadership of the president of our alma mater. President Clements has had a major impact on this great university in service to students, faculty and staff, and to alumni everywhere. He is a nationally recognized voice in higher education who is leading Clemson to unprecedented levels of achievement. Since he joined Clemson in 2013, undergraduate applications have increased more than 220%, while student success measures, such as retention and graduation rates, have risen to record heights. And during that same time period, annual research expenditures have steadily increased to a current all-time high of more than $263 million. He has helped to raise more than $1.7 billion in private support for our students and faculty, and the university has invested more than $1 billion in new construction. Everybody, please join me in welcoming to the stage the 15th president of Clemson University, Dr. Jim Clements.
Thank you, Helena, for that very kind introduction. Good afternoon. Go Tigers. All right, this is a celebration. Good afternoon. Go Tigers. All right. Thank you all for being here on this absolutely beautiful day for this ceremony. I'm honored to be with you on this special day for your ring ceremony. And I can tell you, this is one of my most favorite Clemson traditions. Will you please help me thank Parker Stambaugh and Helena Hardy for their service as President and Vice President of the Student Alumni Council. And would you also please help me thank undergraduate student body President Ashley McCullum and Rachel Hale, Clemson student and President of the Student Veterans Association. I appreciate their leadership and the important work that they do. Also want to thank the chairs for the ring ceremony, Riley Dowling and Parker Stambaugh. I know that they put in a lot of hard work for this event. Would you please help me thank them and all of the other students who worked so hard to make this day so special. And one more offer of thanks. I want to thank Will Brazington, Chief Executive Officer of the Alumni Association, and Mr. Jeff Duckworth, Chair of the Board for the Alumni Association. How about one more round of applause? So the ring ceremony is indeed another great Clemson tradition, and it's always special, but it now holds even more meaning for me. 2 years ago, my beautiful wife, who is here with us, hello, beautiful, we were named honorary alumni and were presented with our very own Clemson rings at a surprise announcement. Beth and I were both humbled and honored to be named honorary alums, and we wear our rings with great pride as members of the alumni family. And I'm proud to wear my Clemson ring today as I present each of you with your Clemson ring. You know, rings are important things. They have a tangible value, as you will see in the video later in the ceremony from my dear late friend, General Ben Skardon, who passed away in 2021 at the age of 104. He was one of the greatest individuals in the history of this university. General Skardon was a prisoner of war, and his Clemson ring literally saved his life. Rings also have great symbolic value. They're a symbol of love and commitment because they have no beginning and they have no end. The ring that I wear every day symbolizes the commitment that my wife and I made on our wedding day approximately 33 years ago. My wedding ring celebrates the birth of a new family, my family. In a similar way, your Clemson ring symbolizes an important rite of passage for you. It symbolizes your commitment to and your love for Clemson that will last forever. And today is an important milestone on your journey here at this great university. For many of you, that journey started with freshman convocation when I had a chance to welcome you to Clemson. And it will continue when we meet again at graduation, right on this stage, and you receive your diploma. But what does this day, Ring Day, actually signify? First, it means that you have successfully completed at least 90 credit hours of academic work towards earning your degree. So please pat yourself on the back. That is quite an accomplishment. I heard somebody clapping. I think they deserve it. It is quite an accomplishment. According to a recent study by the Wall Street Journal, Clemson is ranked as one of the top 25 best public universities in the country, so congratulations. Thank you. About 3/4 of your college career is now behind you, and the end is in sight. Second, it means that you have chosen a major field of study and a career path that you will follow. Your future beyond Clemson as an independent, self-sufficient adult is taking shape. Parents, I know that you are happy about that, and we thank you for your support. How about a round of applause for all the family members? Finally, many of you will leave this ring ceremony absolutely determined to make the best possible use of every single minute you have left here at Clemson. I felt that same way during my senior year in college, and I think you will too. Savor the time. Use it wisely and make it meaningful. You will never have a better chance to learn so much from so many diverse people as you will on this campus. Wear your ring with great pride and the understanding that upon graduation, you will join a family of more than 180,000 living alumni worldwide. This is an opportunity, but it's also a responsibility. You will be an ambassador for Clemson wherever you travel. Your ring will be a conversation starter, and it will open doors for you. Soon, you will add your story to the ring stories that we will hear today. It's truly an honor for me to present you with your Clemson ring. Congratulations again. Thank you for inviting me to be part of your journey here at Clemson. May God bless you, and go Tigers.
Good afternoon, Tigers. My name is Ashley McCullum, and I have the awesome opportunity to serve on the Student Alumni Council and as your student body president. Standing in front of you today brings me great joy and adds so much value to my Clemson experience. I just received my Clemson ring this past semester and past spring, and I couldn't be more honored and excited for this moment. I know you all are feeling it too. To some, this ring may seem just like another piece of jewelry to add to a collection, but here at Clemson, it means so much more to those who wear it. It's the physical representation of the bond that exists between Clemson alumni, near or far, and serves as a conversation starter to those who notice you wearing your Clemson ring. The Clemson ring will soon hold a special place in your heart, much like it does for many alumni who wear it today. From now and for years to come, you will be able to look at your ring and reminisce on the special interactions, impactful people, and the memories you made during your time here at this wonderful institution. I would like to take a brief moment to share with you why I never thought I would look forward to receiving a Clemson ring. It all started with my older sister touring colleges. As the younger sibling, I was always seen right by my sister's side. I was brought along on every college tour she took. Eventually, we made it to the tour of Clemson. She really liked the university. After her visit, she continued her research on Clemson and discovered that it was truly the school for her. Throughout her time at Clemson, I had the great opportunity to visit, experience, and be exposed to all the resources that Clemson offered to her as a student. Eventually, it became my time to look at colleges, and as the younger sibling, it was assumed that I would follow in the footsteps of the older sibling. Well, I'm here to tell you that I was not interested in that assumption. I wanted to find my own college experience. I toured several colleges and applied to all out-of-state schools, and of course, Clemson. When it was time to decide where I wanted to go, it was down to 2 schools, and one of them was surprisingly Clemson. I remember saying to my dad, I don't want to go to Clemson because I want to be able to create my own path and not mirror my sister's path. He wisely shared with me that I could intentionally make my own unique experience at Clemson without the influence of my sister. In the end, I found that my faith led me to Clemson, and my faith led me to the decision of coming to Clemson, and I'm forever grateful that I was obedient. I would have never met so many great people, met my best friends, followed my passion of learning American Sign Language, or even work in my favorite building on campus, Sykes Hall. Many people from home ask me why I chose Clemson, and I tell them there's a special pulse at Clemson. Immediately when you step foot on campus, you feel the attraction to the school. This attraction is because students and alumni have been so vested in our university for so many generations, and as I know each of you are. Now, I am grateful to wear my Clemson ring and have the opportunity to experience today with each of you, as we are now forever connected by this symbolic ring, the Clemson ring. No matter the similarities or differences we may have, there is a common thread that ties us together, and that is the Clemson ring. We are not the first to feel this bond. Momentarily, you will hear the profound story of a very special ring that belonged to the late General Ben Skardon, a member of Clemson's class of 1938. Following a distinguished military career, he returned to Clemson as a professor of English. During that second career, Clemson students selected him as the Alumni Master Teacher in 1977. In 2002, he received the Alumni Association highest award for distinguished service. And in 2020, he received the university's highest public honor, the Clemson Medallion. And shortly before his passing, he received an honorary promotion to the rank of Brigadier General. Today, we are honored to have the opportunity to hear his amazing story and how his Clemson ring literally saved his life.
For years, the Tigers who came before you have heard the story of Colonel Ben Skardon, a Clemson graduate who bravely fought in World War II. He became a prisoner of war, forced to participate in the Bataan Death March after the 3-month Battle of Bataan in April 1942. More than 60,000 American and Filipino troops were made to march through the country while suffering extraordinary physical abuse. And it's estimated that 1/3 of the prisoners died. If not for his Clemson ring, Colonel Skardon would have been one of them. This is his story.
The Bataan Death March occurred at the surrender of the American Filipino forces in April of 1942 on the Bataan Peninsula. And so we soon realized as we made the march that the guards were looking for rings, watches. I took my ring off and I rolled it up in my sleeve, I believe. From then on, I became very, very protective of the ring. Never to pull it out and look at it or anything else, but I knew where it was. I was in very, very bad health in prison camp, and there was no medicine, no way of improving your health. And then when it got to where I was going to have to be put over in what they call the hospital area in the 0 ward, because that's where they took people that couldn't do anything for us, and no one ever returned from there. Henry Otis took care of me. Otis was able to let it be known that he knew of a gold ring was for trade for food. And they mixed up chicken and rice, and they spoon-fed me because I had couldn't see very well for one thing. But I responded to that so well, my appetite was restored, and I was whole again, so to speak. Well, I've often thought about my little gold ring, which I'd hidden for so long, and I had no qualms about turning it over to Otis for this exchange because there was nothing else that could be done. But I've always thought about that ring, and when I was married in 1947, my wife, as an engagement present, had my brother, who was a Clemson graduate, replace the ring. And I've had it ever since, naturally, and I take a great pride and glory in having a ring that fits and one that I'm very, very proud of.
As you receive your ring today, you will go forward to create your own unique story. You too will face your own challenges and triumphs. And while we can't imagine what some of the Tigers before us have endured, know this: these rings will continue to bind us together and make us all stronger, year after year.
Wow. What a great American and true Clemson legend. It's always such an inspiration to hear General Skardon's story so that all who wear the Clemson ring, including each of you here today, can truly understand the bond of the Clemson family and the significance of the ring. I'd like to share an additional reflection on another important lesson General Skardon taught us. At the beginning of this ceremony, you heard mention of the question, how will you serve? General Skardon was asked to speak on this topic during the May 2012 dedication of Memorial Park, just across from the stadium. His remarks included a guide, perhaps even a challenge, for how each of us should view our relationship with Clemson. Skardon noted that Memorial Park is dedicated to Clemson alumni in all professions, industries, and roles in society who have served to improve the quality of life and to protect our freedoms. And then Skardon added this observation. He said, Clemson University is an extension of the vision of its planners and administrators and the talents and gifts of its graduates and friends. As an English professor, General Skardon chose his words very carefully. Note that he did not say that we are an extension of Clemson. He said that Clemson is an extension of us. Clemson does not define who we are as individuals, nor the impact that we will have on the world. Rather, we define Clemson's impact by how we, as Clemson alumni, use our talents and gifts to help others and to make the world a better place. Students, we hope that each time you look at the Clemson ring on your finger from this day forward, you will recall General Skardon's story so that the ring will become both a constant reminder and motivation to use your Clemson education, your Clemson experience, and yes, your Clemson spirit to be of service to others wherever you may go in life. As we prepare momentarily to present you with your Clemson ring, I want to point out something that I think you'll find to be neat. Of course, we've talked a lot already today about the ring's rich history, and in fact, the video we watched just a little earlier talked about some of the design elements that help make our ring very special, help to make it stand out. When you walk across the stage here in just a few minutes, you'll receive your ring in a white box. Inside that box, you'll find there to be a wooden box that actually contains your ring. Pay particularly close attention to this wooden box. You see it came from wood, from trees that once thrived on Clemson's campus. These trees, many of which fell due to old aging root systems, spent many years as the canopy of our campus that we all walked under at one time or another. May this box, as well as your ring, forever bring you fond memories of the special times you experienced at Clemson. Now, it is time to celebrate and recognize each of you as you join those who have earned the right to wear the Clemson ring. And on behalf of your Alumni Association and indeed the entire Clemson family, we applaud you for this impressive accomplishment. Now, as we begin the presentation of class rings, parents and guests, we ask that you please hold your celebrations until the end of our ceremony so that every student's name can be heard when called. And without further ado, let the presentation of the rings begin.
Grace Gable, Cole Gashione, Laura Gage, Elizabeth Gaines, Lizzie Gale, Joe Galgano, Molly Gallagher, Abigail Gangloff, Aaron Garb, Jai Garner, Austin Garrison, Shay Hammond, Abby Mondo, Kate Garrison, Athena Gaspar, John Gatlin, Bryson Galt, Megan Gavigan, David Gelkin, Ethan Geiger, Nathan Genjo, Caitlin Genovese, Olivia Genovese, Kayla George, Kenneth Gerhardt, Kathiana Germain, Graham Gerald, Alden Gibbs, Griffin Gibson, Ellie Geese, Marissa Gigliotti, Harrison Ginlett, Jacqueline Gill, Emma Gilmore, Taylor Gilmore, Ty Gilreath, Anthony Giacondi, Kayla Gitter, Zachary Giuliano, Macy Glass, Shannon Gleason, Abigail Gleisner, Catherine Glenn, Gracie Godfrey, Ashton Goff, Elizabeth Goff, Ryan Gold, Caitlin Goldfarb, Rachel Golden, Abigail Goldner, Bailey Goldsmith, Allison Good, Jacob Goodale, Jenna Gooding, Lance Gooding, Colby Goodwin, Reese Godwin, Ryan Gormley, Gracie Gochi, Paula Graham, Tess Graham, Marie Grant, Elizabeth Gray, Herbert Gray, Olivia Greco, Haley Gressick, Abigail Green, Madeline Green, Tori Green, Riley Gregg, Hannah Gregory, Jessica Gregory, Kristen Gregory, Anthony Gregoire, Mason Greif, Isabel Grissett, Madison Grice, Charlie Greege, John Griffin, Emily Griffin, Farrell Griffin, Madeline Griffin, Erica Griffith, Julia Griffith, Aaron Griffiths, Joseph Grippo, Ryan Grizzle, Ashling Gross, Hannah Gross, Sydney Grothy, Olivia Gualiane, Amanda Guest, Whitney Giso, Michaela Gunnison, Daniel Gutton, Kara Gurley, Drew Guy, Thomas Guzzo, Christopher Haas, Carly Hackett, Peyton Harley, Nicholas Hafner, Ava Hyback, Will Hare, Rachel Hales, Rylan Haley, Elsie Hall, Grayson Hall, Levi Hall, Mary Frances Hall, Spencer Hall, Kylie Hall, Mitch Hall, Trinity Halls, Harrison Hamilton, Olivia Ham, Michaela Henkel, Mary Haney, Edie Hanna, Jack Hanna, Abby Hanners, Sydney Hannibal, Olivia Hannon, Mara Hansen, Brianna Harbit, Madison Harding, Samuel Hargett, Raya Hari, Joshua Harkins, Emmanuel Harley, Colden Harmon, Alana Harper, Campbell Harrelson, Alexis Harrington, Parker Harrington, Alexandra Harris, Angelina Harris, Joshua Harris, Mackenzie Harris, Samantha Harris, Catherine Harrison, Kate Harrison, Jackson Hart, Jason Hart, Kyle Hart, Leslie Hart, Josephine Hardings, Daisy Harvey, Sarah Haskell, Aaron Hassenstab, Abigail Hatcher, Samuel Hatcher, Ella House, William Hawkins, Jordan Hayduck, Riley Hayes, Jacob Haynes, Mija Haynes, Stephen Head, Sophia Hebda, Riley Heffernan, Skylar Heggie, Ashley Hegwood, Kimberly Heilman, Sydney Heinzinger, Mackenzie Helmer, Aiden Helvey, Campbell Hemminghouse, Ralph Hemphill, Alyssa Henderson, Gracelyn Henderson, Lauren Henderson, Logan Henderson, Shay Henderson, Ryan Hendrick, Caroline Hendricks, Nicole Henkel, Kyle Hennessy, Bridget Hennessy, Olivia Hennessy, Krista Henry, Catherine Henry, Jordan Henry Jeter, Hannah Herbig, Daniel Herlong, Kate Herlong, Alexander Hernandez, Leonardo Hernandez, Robbie Hernandez, Olivia Herod, Mason Hershey, Colby Hires, Aaron Hilda Laudabush, Alex Hill, Connor Hill, Grace Hiller, Rachel Hillman, Heidi Hillsmeyer, Mara Hinton, William Hilton, Sienna Hinton, Brandon Hawk, Olivia Hodge, Elise Hodges, Walker Hodges, Margaret Hodgkiss, Bryce Hoff, Anna Hoffman, Genevieve Hoffman, Julia Hoffman, Maya Hoffman, Sophie Hoffman, Amanda Hohenberger, Warren Hone, Aubrey Holland, Caroline Holland, Caitlin Holland, Allison Hollingsworth, Bo Hollingsworth, Dustin Hollingsworth, Sarah Grace Hollingsworth, Daniel Holmes, Mary Holmes, Ian Holmgren, Riley Holt, Meredith Holton, Raim Honeycutt, Daniel Hooker, Sarah Hooper, Aaron Hoover, Tori Hopkins, Perry Hopper, Michael Horn, Alexandra Horton, Susanna Horton, Andrew Hospodar, William Huff, Taylor Howard, Avery Howard, Madison Howard, Ethan Howell, Skylar Hubbard.
Lauren Huffstetler. London Huggins. Christopher Hyder. Reagan Hughes. Hayden Hewley. Brad Hull. Olivia Humanchuk. Blakely Humphrey. Courtney Hunt. Mason Hunt. Anna Hunter. Connor Husk. Emily Hutto. Haley Hun. Thomas Heitch. Christina Hyman. Catherine Alehio. Robert Inabinet. Dina Inglis. Emma Ingram. Porter Ingram. Caroline Inkman. Kaya Inscape. Victoria Ireland. Sydney Isaacs. Ramon Izquierdo. Caitlin Jakowski. Samantha Jaxie. Eve Jackson. Catherine Jackson. Mary Jackson. Noah Jackson. Samuel Jackson. Taven Jackson. Victoria Jackson. Ian Jacobs. James Jacobs. Linnea Jacobson. Madison Jacoby. Brian James. Carson James. Austin Jameson. Cade Janikula. Tristan Jansen. Nicholas Jarrett. Darren Jasnani. Whit Jazinski. Sydney Jatio. Nimasha Jayasinghu. Erica Jean-Francois. Grace Jenkins. Chloe Jenkinson. Allison Jennings. Mary Catherine Jennings. Anna Jernigan. Preston Jicka. Arlie Johnson. Bryson Johnson. Caleb Johnson. Caroline Johnson. Chloe Johnson. Copeland Johnson. Jessica Johnson. Catherine Johnson. Nolan Johnson. McKnight Johnson. Ava Joyner. Breland Jones. Brooke Jones. Cade Jones. Catherine Jones. Catherine Jones. Lexi Jones. Madison Jones. Morgan Jones. Olivia Grace Jones. William Jones. Hayden Jordan. Madeline Jordan. William Jordan. Eliana Joseph. Sarah Joyner. JC Julian. Brielle Junda. Virginia Cackley. Kenzie Kazmarek. Zachary Kame. Colby Keynes. Carson Kaiser. Camden Kaminsky. Jack Kamsiskis. Leah Kanan. Thompson Kaplan. Sophia Captain. Demetra Karras. Derek Karsh. Ben Casco. Lauren Katonic. Elizabeth K. James K. Julian K. Ella Key. Mary Chandler Keels. Maggie Kell. Grace Kellerman. Catherine Kelly. Mackenzie Kelly. Austin Kelly. Avery Kemble. Bradley Kendrick. Ryan Kennedy. Dylan Kenny. Tate Keplinger. Keith Kerber. Olivia Kircher. Carly Kiesler. Elise Kuhm. Jessica Kiza. Charlotte Kim. Abigail King. Alexandra King. Braden King. Charlie King. Makara King. McLean King. Taylor King. Lawson Kingery. Kaylin Kingston. Chase Kinley. Jesse Kirby. Evan Kirk. Tyler Kirk. Katie Kirkman. Ann Kaiser. Patrick Kittrell. Kaylee Kaiser. Charlotte Clasing. Kirsten Klee. Harrison Klein. Nicholas Knight. Kaylee Coker. Gabrielle Koenig. Caroline Kohler. Natalie Kunapasik. Peyton Korzenik. Elizabeth Kozak. Faith Kozier. Faith Cotton. Noah Kowaleski. Caitlin Kozimbo. Marguerite Krasowski, Camberlyn Krautzik, Patrick Creasy, Catherine Kritzer, Tyler Criney, Elise Kubas, Kelly Kuhar, Katie Kulik, Nellie Lackey, Abigail Lacey, Claire LaDucer, Grace Lafitte, Claudia Legowski, Riley Layer, Kate Lally, Anna Lamb, Jared Lamb, Lauren Lamberson, Alyssa Lander, Skylar Landrenho, Melanie Landry, Austin Lane, Ellison Lane, Lindsay Lane, Olivia Lane, Sarah Langhouse, Harrison Langpaul, Hope Lanier, Nicholas Larkin, Walker Lathrop, Mia Latine, Joanne Lawhern, Elizabeth Lawler, Anne Lawrence, Brennan Lawrence, Jacqueline Lawrence, Madeline Lawrence, Jack Lawrence, Abby Lawson, Riley Laziz, Parker Lee, Sarah Leeming, Carrington Lear, Kaylee Leisure, Caroline Lieber, Grant LeBlanc, Andrew Leake, Jason LaCroix, Caitlin Lee, Courtney Lee, Isabella Lee, Izzy Lee, John Lee, Robert Lee, Aiden Lemoya, Marie Luget, Joseph Legurnick, John Lehman, Stephanie Lehman, Christian Lettinen, Isabella Leva, Kyler Lemons, Alexander Leonard, Olivia Leonard, Juliana Leone, Annabeth Leopard, Jacob Levecki, Ruby Levy, Elizabeth Levine, Rebecca Levis, Michael Lewandowski, Alexa Lewis, Jason Lewis, William Lewis, Caden Lyles, Kayla Lilo, Sydney Lilly, Taylor Lilly, Griffin Lincoln, Emma Lindsay, Malin Lindsay. Stotz Lindberger. Siobhan Linehan. Olivia Linsman. Katie Lippard. Owen Lipman. Peyton Lithgow. William Lloyd. Ashlyn Logan. Caroline O'Neill. Rachel Legato. Kennedy Lawless. Angelo Lombardo. Abigail Long. Abby Lonan.
Sebastian Lopez. Katie Lorenz. Laura Lothridge. Haley Lott. Jackson Lowe. Xana Lowry. Senia Lowry. Pablo Lozano. Alston Lucas. Caroline Lund. Sydney Lundeen. Matthew Lunsky. Maddie Lucier. Addison Bell Lyles. Amelia Lyles. CJ Lynch. Joseph Macchiarola. Nolan McDougall. Claire McGilvery. Laura McGregor. Camille Mack. Taj McBee. Emily Rose Madlinger. Riley McGee. Caroline Maggio. Paige McGill. Brody Mahaffey. Kira Meyer. Arena Makda. David Maldonado. Kira Malone. Joshua Malota. Sophia Manoff. Isabella Mancino. Matthew Mandel. Cooper Mayness. Mackenzie Manfredi. Mia Manfredi. Grayson Mann. Caitlin Mannion. Spencer Marchant. William Marchant. Lillian Margeson. Emma Marinelli. Piper Markowitz. Chase Mahler. Luke Marlowe. Ella Marquardt. Stephanie Martinsick. Ansley Martin. Brooke Martin. Eliza Martin. Haley Martin. Jacob Martin. Lance Martin. Macon Martin. Madeline Martin. Sarah Martin. Natasha Moss. Francis Masashi. Nicole Massino. Jessica Mason. Riley Mason. Will Mason. Amber Massey. Madison Massey. Katie Massey. John Matthews. Ellen Matera. Trey Matthews. Ansley Maddox. Charles Mooney. Nick Mavris. Brooks Maxwell. Jonathan Maxwell. Ivy May. Philomena Mayer. Kira Mays. Pate Mayer. Jenna Maza. Victoria Mazzone. Victoria Maccabee. Will McAllister. Molly McCabe. Wilson McCall. Lucy McCardle. Benjamin McCarter. James McCarter. Colleen McCarthy. Sophie McCarthy. Caitlin McClay. Sarah McClung. Sheridan McClurg. Jaron McCoy. Thomas McCracken. Antoinette McCurdy. Charles McCusker. Elizabeth McDavid. Shane McDavid. Matt McDougall. Jordan McDowell. John McElwee. Maureen McFall. Scott McGeehan. Michael McGovern. Catherine McGinnis. Madigan McGinnis. Alyssa McIntyre. William McIntyre. Jackson McKinnon. Chandler McKnight. Sean McKnight. Cameron McLellan. Jack McMakin. Jack McManus. Matthew McMullen. Delaney McNew. Aiden McPherson. Riley McPherson. Kylie McQueen. Kyle McReady. Thomas McSwain. Stuart McWhorter. Caroline Mead. Elizabeth Mead. Savannah Means. Kaylin Meyer. Graham Mizell. Grace Meissner. Jenna Menona. Mallory Mercer. Will Mercer. Abby Merida. Brendan Merkel. Bree Meyer. George Meyer. Patrick Meyer. Ryan Meyer. Griffin Myers. Connor Miskovich. Henry Michaels. Charles Michelle. Juliet Michkowski. Margaret Milani. Jonathan Miles. Harrison Miller. Lauren Miller. McKenna Miller. Quentin Miller. Sean Miller. William Miller. Abigail Millo. Madeline Mills. Eliza Milne. Camilla Mincy. Ansley Miner. Kayla Minitillo. Christina Minyo. Lorenzo Maiodus Santini. Maya Missouri. Cade Mitchell. Taylor Mitchell. Joel Mize. Avery Mock. Emily Morrison. Holly Mogul. Kiera Malloy. Samuel Moulton. John Molyneux. Olivia Monaco. Dylan Monahan. Madden Montalvo. Natalie Montefiore. Lauren Montgomery. Ashley Moody. Amy Moore. Anna Moore. Cole Moore. Emily Moore. Lauren Moore. Dalton Maurice. Daniel Morales. John Moran. Abigail Morgan. Elizabeth Morgan. Michaela Morgan. William Morgan. Annie Morris. Brian Morris. Bryce Morris. Kate Morris. Madison Morris. Mallory Morris. Matthew Morris. Noah Morrison. Jolie Morrow. Samuel Morrow. Casey Mosher. Cole Moss. Charlie Mount. Sarah Mount. John Muzon. Catherine Mozone. Caroline Morose. Bennett Mueller. Olivia Mueller. Emma Mullane. Catherine Mullen. Carolyn Mullins. Madison Mummer. Elizabeth Muniz. Grace Mern. Ashley Murphy. Jack Murphy. Trait Underwood. Kelsey Murphy. Jaden Murray. Lauren Murray. Maggie Musgrove. Gavin Mutchler. Aubrey Myers. Seth Myers. Sarah Meyer. Annie Allardyce. Audrey Fisher. Kelly Weber. Austin Merton. Alexis Holliday. Mariana Holliday. Jack Levinson. Lucas Hass. Zachary McGrath.
That's the kind of applause I like to hear for this great group of people out in front of me today. Good afternoon. I'm Jeff Duckworth, the chair of the Clemson Alumni Association Board of Directors. It's always such an honor to be here on the stage to celebrate the ring ceremony. We hope that you'll leave here today understanding that wearing the Clemson ring comes with great responsibility. After you graduate, we encourage you to be a voice in your local community. We also hope that you'll be a voice for Clemson and dedicate yourself to servant leadership, here on campus or wherever you are. As you've seen today, the Clemson ring is a very special part of who we are. There are many traditions surrounding this simple ring. One of the most significant, though, is the tradition of how you wear it. From now until you graduate, the ring should be on your finger so the C in your class year is facing inward towards you. This keeps in front of you the goal of becoming a Clemson graduate. It also serves as motivation to cherish and to make most of every moment that you have here in your remaining days as a Clemson student. Then comes the next part. When you graduate, have another alum, a family member, or someone special to you take your ring off, turn it around so that the C in your graduating class year is facing outward. Having someone special to you do this for you is a reminder of those who have helped and supported you along your path to graduate from Clemson. Now, once you've graduated with your ring facing outward, everyone who sees it on your hand from that moment forward will know that you've graduated from one of the top universities in America. While the ring will serve as your introduction to others, your impact as an engaged and ever-loyal Clemson alumnus will be determined by the good that you do with your Clemson education. To reinforce that point, the Alumni Association has a special gift for you today. Students, as you leave through the tunnel after the ceremony, each of you will receive a challenge coin, just like the one that I'm holding here today. When you look at it, whether that be now or in the future, we hope you'll think about those who have come before you, the impact that others have had on your Clemson experience, and how you can even help more the new Tigers coming behind you. On one side of the coin is the 1889 ring crest, including the Alumni Association's motto, Ever Loyal. And on the other side is the Alumni Association's Tiger Rag, and that challenging question that you've heard several times today, and that is, how will you serve? May your Clemson ring and your challenge coin constantly inspire you to answer that question in your own way, by using your Clemson education and your Clemson experience to make a positive difference each day in the lives of others, in your local communities, or in the larger world. And may they also inspire you to stay connected to Clemson throughout all your stages and milestones in your life. Be proud, be fierce, be ever loyal. Now, to our speakers and members of the stage party, the Student Alumni Council, and the alumni staff, thank you for helping us honor these wearers of these new rings. Each of you spent many months in preparation for today's ceremony so that all of us could be here today. To our family members and guests around the auditorium, it means a great deal to your students that you're here, and it also means a great deal to us that you're able to be here and celebrate this moment. And for those of you down here wearing those new shiny rings, I can't pass up the opportunity to remind you that the Clemson Alumni Association is your lifelong connection to Clemson. As long as you're in touch with the Alumni Association, you will be connected to Clemson. I hope that you'll always remember your time here and what Clemson has done for you so that you can help future Tigers have the same or even better Clemson experience than you have had. Best wishes from the Alumni Association as you approach graduation and move on to your next stage of your Clemson experience. And if everyone please stand and join us for the Clemson Alma Mater.